Welcome to the Inferno Super Series men's grand final between the Broncos and the Tigers. Broncos led by Captain Ty Russell, Pete Norman, Jesse Curtis, Curtis Ferris, Tarquin Brown, Nathan Neary, Brad Griffin, Dylan Adamson, Richie Masters, Riley Johnson, and Tigers with, I think, their full squad with Latrell, Jimmy, Watsy, Drum, Tyler, Blaze, Jesse Latouve, Hoots, Jet. It's gonna be a good game here. So let's see.
Oh, cheeky little foot in the ruck, I think there.
Yeah, nice there by Drum.
So both these teams finished 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, the Tigers finishing 1 minor premiers by a few points in the end.
Yes.
Very consistent year by them. I think they've got a good variety in them. I guess they got Drummy, obviously, most people will know, extremely good around that 5 metre line. But then they've got a few people that can throw some long balls. They've got some good speed as well. So it'll be an interesting game tonight. And a little understanding there by Curtis and Pete. Obviously played the Titans together. He had a good idea that Pete was going to try to shut Drum on the short side. I think you'll see a lot of that tonight, that link trying to help out the middle.
Yes, especially on Drum around the 5 metre mark, as you said. He's got exceptional footwork and a great low dive. So here they are, Broncos setting up for Peter Norman.
Little sloppy roll ball there by Ty Russell. Just rolling off it. But started at a good pace.
Yes, it's a lot different to the girls' game. These two sides have just decided to ruck as hard as they want and just play touch football no matter what the conditions are.
Great work to get up. One to set up. They've only got 5 on.
They're going for Jesse Latouve here.
Well, they've only got 5 on, so it's going to be trouble there.
That's great defense by the Broncos. They've started with defending hard really early. They're getting off the line and everything they're doing. So let's just see how they attack here. They've got obviously one of the world's best players, Peter Norman, in their team, who's on the field right now. So let's see how they use him here.
Long ball.
It's a good ball.
Beautiful bit. And a great finish. Winger there for the Tigers probably got caught just looking at the ball a little bit too much.
Yeah, just a little ball watching there, mate. But you are looking at under 20s Queensland winger and Elite 8 winger in Curtis Ferris. So nice little J line there by Curtis, open scoring for the Broncos. Good second phase play by Pete. So 1-0 to the Broncos.
They're not easy to catch either, those ones that dip late, especially in these conditions. So good hands there by Curdy, but they've got to defend it because Tigers have put on more tries than anyone else in the competition. So they're obviously capable.
It's a good pill.
Good defense by the Broncos.
That's good defense there by the Broncos winger. I think that's Alex out there. It's his first season of the Super Series, and I think it's his first season of playing a little bit representing his touch. So great defense early from him there. Good start for him. Broncos rocking the ball well, led by. Oh, that's the bad play there by Brad Griffin there. Just no communication to his to the inside person. Just no talk saying, "Here, mate, here's the ball." Just nothing. So hopefully Griffo can make up for it here. They're going to try to run a sweeper on him, I think.
It's a long way for Drum to get across.
Oh, it's a
great ball, great touch,
play.
but he's going to have to get back there because Tyler Kent. Oh, well, a little heads-up play there.
Yeah.
Tyler would have thrown an easy left to right.
Drum for a quickie here, so nice little quarterback play. Nice defense there by Tarquin Brown. Good link defense there. As you can see, they've got a real tight 4, and their wingers are really holding wide and letting them hit their link here. So it's a good ploy by, I think, Ty and Pete on Drum and the Tigers here to stay nice and tight, force them to throw the puck.
Well, Tarquin's been one of the, I guess, big improvers. He's always been a good player.
Yes.
But this year, I think, is probably his breakout season.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as far as, I guess, his reputation. He's got more of an all-round reputation now.
Yep.
And he's definitely starting to actually talk. Little heads-up play there, but obviously those two haven't played too much together. Tarquin more than happy to pass the ball around, and Griffo more of a let's go down, go straight player.
In that situation there, I think one of them just has to drive the ball forward. I think Griffo's got the more experience, so he should be leading in front, driving the ball there. So it was pretty bad play there, in my opinion. But let's see if the Tigers can make a play here with a nice little counties play by Tyler Ward. That's a good ball in the wet. Good defence again by Alex. That's great defence. And great talk from the inside, Jesse Curtis there, telling him, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there. It's a good start by the Broncos. Nice little rooster play here. Oh, it's a good ball. It's a good ball there by Tyler Ward.
Down, is he? Great little shimmy.
Jordan Watts, it's a good put down. Good play though. He pumped the link ball. Link fell for it. Nice little short ball off the tip to get the Tigers back to 1-1 here. So let's see how Pete can get his team here to take the lead again.
Just came off that error. That first real error they've made.
I think Ty will be over. Ty will be over in the box right now, saying, "Come on, boys, like let's not make silly errors like that. Let's just ruck the ball down the field, force the Tigers to go the full set every single time."
Especially when you strike players like Petey and Jesse are off. Your real goal is to complete and finish a set right down the other end, and give Drum and the boys as smallest time as possible. Nice little bump play. Pete's got pace and a nice little finish.
That's a good play. Pete's real smart there. Pete's seen just before the roll ball that Drum was ready to shoot. So he's popped a little short ball to the middle, got round, and just an easy 3-on-1 option there. The Broncos go back up 2-1. We'll see how the Tigers respond here. They've brought back on Tyler Ward, and you have Jesse and Drum on the field. So I'm going to say nice and early. There'll be a sweeper play for Drum, probably next touch, I think.
The Broncos are doing really well in forcing the sweep play, I guess, to end up about 10-15 metres away from the sideline. Drum obviously smart enough of a player to not sweep when he's needed to, and a strong touch in the ruck there by Pete.
Yeah, well, on the sweeper play, if you make him Drum run 20-odd metres before he gets the ball, he won't be as effective, I don't think. So the Broncos are defending that play also. And great touch there by Pete on the line to force Drum to slow his play the ball down.
Well, if you're running that far too, there's no option to step and throw long. Back the other way. Right option. He letting his link know too. It was the right option. Just probably needs to be 1 or 2 steps deeper on that one.
2 steps deeper he scores there, Graham. The winger was running out and the link went to the lane and just didn't even bother chasing back out. But Pete will have a bit of a chat to the boys in the box, tell them to be a bit deeper on that link play, and I can see a few tries coming through there if they defend like that. The Broncos' defence at the start of the game, they're loud. They're nice and loud in defence here.
Well, that's what you're going to get when you have someone like Ty in his team. He's known for that.
So it's the last play. A good drive for just a drop ball in the ruck. So it's a good touch there by the wing. It's not bending his back there, Rich. He's just got to just bend the back there a little bit harder there and get it down. Griffo over the good strike dump there. Jesse Curtis with the ball. It's another good drive. That's
right
a good
option.
peel. That's good defence. Good defence by the Tigers. They ran all the way to this side, then back all the way to the other side to stop them there. So it's a good defence.
Well, good all round. Like that fifth dump ended up being about 5 metres in Tigers territory, and they ended up getting in about 8 metres out from their line. So a nice little shimmy work there by Curtis Ferris on the wing too, to stand up his winger.
Then Jordan Watts, another Elite 8 Queensland Open player, did really well there to recover. Drum just gets a penalty offside there. We heard Ricky Best, the ref, call Griffo out early, and unfortunately he gives an offside penalty there. So let's see what the Tigers have an attack here. They're happy to camp on their line here. They're happy to just let the Tigers run at them. Nice. That's good defence again by Tarquin. That's real good defence there. Gets high at link, makes a touch. Force Tyler to go back. and unfortunately it was just the wrong option there. I think the Tigers are trying to force the game. I think every time they're down on the line, they're trying to score every single set or every single play they get. But their time will come. The Broncos are defending really well.
We've seen a few times the Broncos have looked for second phase, and another mistake coming out their half. But yeah, the Broncos have looked for second phase, whereas the Tigers are really looking to set up one play, try to score off that, set up one play and try to score off that. And the try that they've scored actually came from almost holding for a second phase, but a lot of errors creeping into this game now.
Yeah, there's still probably a good 8 minutes to go in the half here. And there's just a couple of little errors on both sides, just first and second touches, not needed. But the Broncos right to their sub-box, get their fresh players on.
Well done by Pete.
Pete's back on here, so they'll probably get a good drive for Norman here on the last.
And that's that hole that he was looking for last time, Pete. There's a good hole there by Ty. Wasn't much you can do.
The Tigers are good defence there, Graham. They're stopping them getting all the way to the line. Their midfield defence is really good at the moment, the Tigers. They've got to be able to keep that. You don't want Pete Norman down on your line for 3 or 4 touches. He will make you pay.
We've seen that for the last few weeks, actually, with the Broncos. They've really been struggling to try to actually get out. And they get in these patches where their rucking is fantastic and they'll end up having a good drive, but they'll have these long passages of not really getting past halfway. And it's just a lot of downtime where the ball is compared to when the next runner is. And another mistake coming out of the half.
Nice there, but the experience by Jermaine Dayberg-Muir there, just putting his feet in the ruck there when the play ball happened, it caused an error, and the Tigers get the ball just on the other side of halfway. So let's see what Drummond, what's he have in store for the boys here. That's
great faith in your teammates there. Good
great defence again. The link helping out the middles, making touches, but even the winger there, just getting up, being a presence, causing an early pass, and it ends up being a late pass there on the target.
Well, neither team has really looked to change direction too much, which I'm a bit surprised at. They've looked at those direct punish plays, they've looked at the direct half-running play. No sweeper quarterbacks or anything around that sort of mark. They've done a good tag there by Drummond. I'm sure a few smiles and laughs between the boys there.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are not being as physical in the ruck at the moment. The Tigers are really getting the good touches on them. They've got to sort of be a bit more physical. Well, that's a good ball.
And a great touch by the winger.
That is a great touch there by Alex. Having a good first half on the wing out there. It's a great read. They've called 6 again here, and I think a bit of controversy. No one's played the ball. So, see how the Tigers go here with 6 touches.
Good defence.
Link in the middle, good defence again there. They've run a lot of punishes this game, the Tigers. They're probably their 5th one in the first half, so they're trying to isolate the Broncos' links, but I think
just got caught not knowing where the line was there. Maybe a half a step or 2 behind the try line.
Yeah, I think poor Ty just went probably a metre behind the line there. But still, if he pulls his corner there and forces Tyler Ward to pass a good 35 metres, it's going to be a harder ball to throw in these conditions. But that takes the score back to 2-2. So interesting to see what they're going to set off the tap here. So the Broncos are sort of just not running with a bit of purpose here, so a bit of an ML play here, or ML 2-step there.
What a great back.
It's a great play there, the ML 2-step. Dummy Pete, come to the 3-on-2, Great touch there by Jesse Lativate, the link on young Jesse Curtis there.
Rooster play here. And again, Drum's experience getting his whole body in there. Probably needed the link to hit a different hole there, Pete.
Yeah. The link around Pete's hole there.
Hit the half here.
Good defence there by Hoots and Drum. Trying to get a penalty there, old Hootsy, but Ricky's not falling for those sort of plays. Oh, and he's got him off the mark.
He's wristed on that one, hasn't he? It's not one that the coaches would suggest to do, but he's got the cookies on that one, so they won't be too mad.
It's a good play there, but I think he had to take Drum on a bit more before he stepped back there, Graham.
It looked like he had Drum there. He just got a little gun shy on it. And that second phase play, if they want to run it, especially because it doesn't look like the Tigers' wing is actually following his link, so it'll be an easy 2-on-1 if they decide to run their second phase play.
Nice little play there. Unfortunately, well defended there by Hooks.
Drum definitely had his man.
Drum had his man. I think a little bit of holding the t-shirt there was
he wasn't going anywhere. And again, the second phase play, if they look at it in the second half, or even late here.
The link's committing to make a touch.
Gotta go long. Not a pretty ball, but he's out. Yeah, just not a pretty ball. Did all the hard work.
That is a big call there. I think from here it looked like he was in, but Matt has the better eyes down on the field there, so we'll give him a little bit of lenient there. But they ran a little middle dump there to go 4-on-3, and a little pump early got him through, just unlucky with the ball. The Tigers boys defended that really well that set. Their transition hasn't been great this game so far yet. See if Watsy can get him on the front. Well, it's a good peel. It's good recovery there by the link, and the winger had to have trust that he would get there and make a touch.
That left side's looked really strong.
Yeah,
really strong.
The far side with Alex and Young Riley, they've defended pretty well together. There must be a lot of talk happening out there between the both of them. Good yards there by the Broncos, getting on the front foot here. They've got to be stronger there. They're getting pushed around a fair bit in the ruck tonight. So
you can see Pete's starting to get a bit frustrated with probably about the sixth set that they have failed to get to halfway this half.
And it's an easy turnover, Graham. All he's got to do is put his hand out, be a bit physical. He's letting the Tigers players hit him early, and it's forcing him not to bend his back. So
trying to make up for it there, getting a bit physical. Ricky's happy to let that one go.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get away with the next one.
Probably just didn't come. Well, he got away with it anyway. Tyler probably just didn't come back hard enough against the grain there.
No.
Just looked like he ran a bit straight. Forced a really long pass from Watsy.
It's good yards here by the Broncos again. So they need a good drive here for Pete on the last. I think that's what they're setting up for. So they got what they wanted here.
They like that. They like the look of that link hole. I wouldn't be surprised to see Peggy throw one right over their heads in the next one, just setting him up this half.
I think exactly right there, Graham. He's setting him up for when he gets a bit closer to the line to set up the same play, and then he's going to throw over his head. I think that's what's going to happen. But the Broncos need to get the ball down to the other end, or they need to get a penalty.
About 30 seconds to go. Yes, showing a bit of experience there. Happy to let it go to the sideline. I'm sure his team wouldn't want 20 seconds to go. They'll probably get a couple of rucks in. Depends on how close they end up in their first one. I'd like to see Curse actually come in and get a bit more involved.
Well, that's half-time, guys, in the Men's Super Series Grand Final. It's 3-2 to the Broncos. We'll see you for the second half. Back here for the second half. It's actually 2-2, so that's my mistake. At the end of the first half, it's 2-2. Tigers with the tap here, with Drum, Tyler Ward, and Jesse Latave on. It's going to be something around a sweeper or a sweeper quarterback play down on the line.
And Pete's moved into the middle now. Was playing a lot of length defensively in the first half, so obviously something he's seen, or it might just be for this set. He might be happy to man up a little bit more, and that's the benefit. Great tag.
Nathan Neary.
How good is he going this year?
He went down to New South Wales State Cups with the Wollongbar Mavericks and was lucky enough to play in the 30 side to get a comp there, but he's developed into probably one of the top 5 wingers in the competition here. So great read and great touch there from him there on the line.
We'll definitely be pushing for Masters Origin selection if he keeps this up. He's on fire at the moment. He probably didn't need to go. He's right in the end. He had this whole left-hand side under control.
Yeah, I think John thought he was a far left middle, so he pulled short side, but at the end of the day, he actually pulled open. So,
crisis averted for him.
Yeah,
no harm.
No harm. They're well defended in the end. Drum made a good diving touch there on Pete, but I think Pete could have came left and they would have scored. Tigers in possession now, probably.
Great read.
That's a good read by Curtis. Good to get his head in the way and stop the pass. It's a good way to use your head there, Curtis. You've done a good job there, mate.
Out both ways.
Yeah, I think
Ty's seen a few of those ones Drum's got away with in the first half, and this is going to be interesting because he is quick. A nice inside ball.
Well recovered by the Tigers.
Yeah, they did an exceptional job. And Curtis too, to have his head up after being smacked in the face with the ball.
They've still got one more to set up, so I think they're going to Jesse Curtis and the Counties play here.
Oh, that link again. They're looking
dangerous with that link hole, the Broncos. I think if the ball hit the link there, I think Waze was beaten. He was treading nowhere. So
they're definitely setting them up for a long one in this second half. If they can, the scores keep close, and they've got plenty of people that can throw it too. So.
That's another one where the ref just plays the touch first, but there's no control in the ruck, so which is that's good defense again. Good defense there by Richie Masters and young Riley Johnson. He pulled his corner, tried to run around him, but couldn't. Step back, and Richie was right there to shut him down and did a great job.
Broncos need to be a bit more physical rucking this out. I mean, they just...
I think the Broncos at the moment are going too laterally rucking off the line. No one really wants to take him forward. They're subbing every single step too. So the game out there might be fast. From up here it looks pretty quick. So they might be getting a bit fatigued early, so they need to start punching it down the centre, try to get a penalty, and then look to go from there.
It'd be nice to see that first one maybe down the centre, and then a slight kick-off, make him move a little bit laterally, then the next one down the centre, and actually get these middles moving a little bit more. At the moment, the Tigers' middles are probably only moving about 2 or 3 metres sideways for a whole set.
Well, he's dropped that cold.
I was happy to get on with it.
Yeah, I think
he was happy to slow it down. The weather actually has gotten a little bit better here as far as the rain stopped, but obviously the ball's still slippery.
Just the Broncos, they just hurt themselves coming off their own line. That's probably about the 6th error they've made, either not catching the ball or just a bad play of the ball off their own line. You don't want to give this Tigers team too much ball on the line. The Broncos seem to have got a lot more physical defence this half to Graham. They seem to be stepping up, making big touches like that there.
Good day.
Great defence. It's good defence there by the link. Pulled his corner. Just caught him just offside. But good defence from the far link, Dylan, to get up and shut Drum down so he didn't have time. Looks like they're going to try run the same punish release play.
A great talk there by Ty Russell. Normally a good man to hit that first ruck. And Pete's going to go off the back too, so it should be interesting here if they can get a call. They've got Jesse on now, but a little bit of confusion. They just got to get that full tag.
Oh, that's a good hold.
Oh, and a great ball. A really early call. It looked like the Tigers were probably in shape too early. They were probably a bit confident with that one. They came back the side that was completely set.
I think for the Broncos, it does come off the bench there. It comes from the sub box. So the link looked up, seen that his link wasn't on, went to come in to help out, but then realised it was a bit too late. Does run straight past him. And the score is now 3-2 to the Broncos.
But again, another link ball. They are just peppering these links. That's going to put another question in the winger's mind. Step him in probably another half a metre to a metre closer.
Even if it was on the short side, they're still making that winger make a decision. That's good defence there by Jesse Curtis and Tarquin. Getting up nice and high off the line, stopping from Drum getting a sweeper. But they may end up making a great touch on Tyler Ward off the punish.
You know, look at Griffo here. Griffo's going to pull corner hard. Oh, and tap one. And well done by the winger again, the Broncos, forcing another pass.
I think Jesse had a bit more time to catch that and pass, but he probably seen the winger caught his eyes sprinting at him, so he thought a quick tap on had to be the key. Alex is having a big game out here on the far left wing here for the Broncos. This is better by the Broncos. They're starting to run the ball a bit forward here. Not so much laterally. It's a lot more forward.
I think it helped that they started on the far side, so they actually had to.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Little frustration. Looks like it's creeping in. Oh,
he's gone over the mark. He's picked it up, taken 3 steps forward and played it again. So that's a big call there. That is definitely a captain killer for the Tigers. We don't have replay, so we can't show you guys. I'm sorry.
He looks for a counties, gets one, and bang. Oh,
that's 6 again. See,
that was probably pretty lucky, but
I think if he hits link there, they probably score again.
Yeah.
So Pete might set up the same play and try and hit the link. But it's just a
bit of a let off there for the Tigers. Anyway, Wing was in a bit of a no man's land there. He had to be either way. Nice variation there. Good defence by Drum, but at least that's good difference that the Broncos are trying there. Yes. Getting it away from Pete. Even an OZ away from Pete, I think, would pay some dividends. They're really packing in. Better second phase that we were talking about, but it's probably a little bit too close to the line. And yeah, but I'd like to really see an OZ or something.
Yeah, I think when Pete's around the ball, a lot of people just focus on what he's going to do. So the ML2 step what they ran in the first half, that again, or maybe dummy him on the quickie for the OZ. I think that could really open up the Broncos' attack and could get them another try on the scoreboard here. Oh. That's good. They took their advantage there, and I'm glad she didn't go back for a penalty. So the Tigers on the attack here. I think they're going to drive for Jesse Ladovay here at link. It's got a good pass, so we should see. That's good defence there by Curtis. Good plays under pressure.
And it's just that little bit of difference of experience where Curtis was in running out and Blaze was out running in.
Yeah. And that's always going to help you as a defender once he's running towards you. Going to help you out big time.
Makes it a lot more difficult as an attacker to try to catch the ball while sprinting at someone, and particularly when it's low. And this will be interesting. Curtis has some pace too. He did really well in the semi-final. He's done a great ball there.
That's a good touch.
And a great touch, but he did that in the semi-final. And all tied. Wants it quick, and
lucky Tarquin was onto it there because the rest of the Broncos boys weren't. I think they might be setting up another sweeper play for Tarquin here. Oh, Jesse kicked out well there. They're peppering with this sweeper play. Drum's got high at link here. Did really well there, Drum. Got really high at link. So, look, quick play for Kyle Russell.
They look a little lost without Petey at the moment. No tag there. I'll be surprised if they don't try to get Pete on now. Oh, they do. They make a subby. Whole set of 6. 8 minutes to go, up by 1. Or in any situation, if you get a repeat set of 6, you put.
Yeah, I think here they could be looking for an ML2 step. They've put him at right link. They could run this straight away. They ran it in the first half and nearly scored. So just be very wary. Yeah, I think they're setting up for an ML for Pete here. So it could be. No, they're going to a sweeper.
Pulled out well, the Tigers there.
They defended that really well. Jordan Watts did a good job there.
Great ball.
That's a good pull by Pete. That's a good play. And as we said in the first half, he peppered link. The winger comes running. Good link hold by Tarquin Brown, but a good ball by Pete. Puts the Broncos up 4-2.
Big set here coming up. They can get a stop here. 7 minutes to go. I mean, there's plenty of time left on the clock, but such a mental boost. When you score a try, you're up by 2, and then you get a stop. Massive mental boost.
They're looking for Drum to sweep here. Pete will double off and make 2 touches here. So
and they're listening fantastically well to
good defense there by Pete. He manned on there, and once he was caught onside, he got off the line. So when they tried to run the switchback, he was 2 meters off the line. Makes a good touch there.
What the Broncos have done well this season is actually not just listen to, but then react to what Pete was saying there. It's really hard to think that you're shutting in, you're getting up, then all of a sudden you've been told to compete, and then you've got to go out. But they're really listening to him quite well. That 4th dump wasn't great. Griffin off his left foot. It's going to be a touch pass, is it? It is.
A touch pass over here. Hopefully he plays it on the mark this time, yeah, and he did that very well.
The first yards there.
Yeah. The Tigers have been pretty predictable with their attack tonight. Let's see if they can change it up in the last couple of minutes here to sort of get back into the game.
They look like they're happy just to roll all the way to the line. Even if it's on...
He's penalised there for swiping. They pulled him to the ground.
But yeah, they seem like they've got the Broncos probably about 15-20 out, and they're happy just to cruise on to get that 5. But they've got some pace in this Tigers team. It'd be great to see them actually just take off.
A smart play by Drum there. He knows that the boys need the ball, so be physical in the ruck and get the ball back for his team. He's got 2 middles up here. They're in a bit of trouble with the Broncos. Well defense. Another great defender from Nathan Neary. Good play. He was in, facing out, able to knock the ball down.
There's only so many repeat sets you can give him.
It's just the class of Drum. He's seen if he dragged Griffo over enough this way, he had to go a long way to his corner. And unfortunately, Richie couldn't get there close enough to stop him. 4-3 though, so the Broncos they could hit back here, strike back, get up again by 2. So we should see what the Broncos have installed here for off the tap. I think an ML or a sweeper here, Graham. I think that's what they're setting up for.
Love to see Tarkin on the police. Love to see Tarkin on the Jose. That link is a long way in on the Broncos' right-hand side, and the winger is about 10 metres away from him. It's going to be an extremely hard touch to make. Pete goes short side. Oh, Curtis did exceptionally well to get away from his player.
I think this could be a penalty against the Broncos for the Tigers for holding him.
No. All clear. They are going to award a try. Well,
I think Curtis here is actually stunned, and he's telling them he's dropped the ball. He's telling them he's dropped the ball. It's great sportsmanship from Curtis here because he's actually saying he's dropped the ball. It's great sportsmanship that he's dropped the ball.
Well, he said he's dropped it, so they can't do anything but
reverse
go
the
back.
call. The right call's been made there. Big effort, big props to Curtis there. A lot of people might have not ever done that, but he's been honest, said he's dropped the ball,
and now they're
give the Tigers a bit of a reprieve here.
It's a bit of a weird one, but all right, we move along. And Drummond does his best to milk one, and I don't know what the referee's going to call here. It can't be ball down. He didn't touch it. So a little bit of confusion here. Yeah, Drum was clearly just trying to milk the penalty, but I don't think he touched the ball at all. But regardless, the Broncos have the ball.
I don't think he touched the ball either, but it had to be made. He's tried to milk the penalty.
They look like they're starting to get that second phase now. Oh, unnecessary. Yeah, probably better off just to take that. Yeah, the whole set.
Yeah. But that's what happens. The adrenaline kicks in there, Graham, and you try to get the ball back inside.
Whereas a magnificent one in the last round from Nathan Neely.
Yes,
catch on full strength and a flick out the back, and it was beautiful to watch.
It was against Neely. It was, I reckon, one of the tries of the year. It was a fantastic effort by Nathan.
Great ball, great read, Nathan. Broncos wingers have been sensational tonight.
Yeah, the Broncos wingers, Nathan, Alex, and Curtis have had three big games, all three of them. It's been good to see. And it's the thing in touch football. When your wingers are on and having good games and shutting down like that, it's very hard for teams to score.
Well, they've got their distance right. They know how far out they can be. While there, he was probably coming in a little bit, but he was only coming in about a metre, 2 metres, not a full shutdown. And again, that link.
Yeah,
we're inside the last minute here.
If the link catches that, I think he's catch and pass and they score and win. And it's been a drop ball there. So Pete will be, if Pete's smart here with about a minute to go, he'll just run this clock down.
He's a pretty smart player. I can't see Tigers really getting another chance here. Worst case scenario, I think it's going to go pretty far over the sideline.
I think Pete will do 6 buddies here. I think no one else is touching the ball in this set of 6. There'll be 6 buddies here. There's one.
I'll throw it back. Yep. And Tigers look pretty happy to let him do it. No one really getting up at him at all.
Oh, no, they've fooled me as well.
They're probably going to come back for Pete, are they? Yeah, they conceded defeat here, Tigers. Not long to go now. Well done, Broncos. Their first grand final, their first win.
So congratulations to Ty Russell and his Broncos boys on winning the Super Series for 2017 Season 1. And congratulations to everybody else who played and involved for a great season.
Guys, and four Super Series, 4 different clubs, champions. Fantastic effort.